Again, we're here at the Convention Center in Santa Fe. It's Indian market time. We're kicking off tonight. And another interesting addition to the evolution of Indian market is a collaboration between SWAYA and NARF, the Native American Rights Fund that's based in Boulder, Colorado. And we have with us Don Regona from NARF, who is sort of taking the lead on these panels. Right,
pretty much with myself and SWAYA's executive director, Dallin Mabey.
Right. Okay. And tell us sort of a little bit about how it came together. And it doesn't seem just on the surface that a Native American law office, the Native American Rights Fund, would be teaming up with a large organization. So where's the connection?
It is a good question as to how that came about. Well, Dallin is actually good friends and classmates with one of our attorneys and one of our panel members, Matt Campbell. Dallin is also an attorney as well as the executive director of SWAYA and a well-known artist himself. And we thought it actually would be a natural collaboration. Native art is more than just pretty colors and pretty designs and pretty shapes, more than just traditional beadwork. For a lot of artists, from time immemorial, artwork told their story, whether it was through winter counts or through modern day depictions of what happened in boarding schools, what happened at certain key events like Sand Creek, Windy Knee, for example. But we feel like a lot of our patrons, who love Indian art, who appreciate it, really don't know the whole story behind a lot of these pieces. And we thought, Indian art conveys so much more than just something nice to look at. It tells our story. And so what better way than to try to introduce this than at a function like Indian Market, where we can talk about art, we can talk about artist political commentary, we can talk about various laws that were made to protect Native art, like the American Indian Arts and Crafts Act. So what Dal and I came up with is, let's do a short series of panel discussions, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, that'll address some of these topics that can really help introduce these concepts to art lovers, to folks who may not be Native, so they can appreciate it more and not only get a piece now that looks good, there's a history behind it.
Right, and I guess a lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of political messages, and we were talking earlier, doing a piece about the panels for the Indian Market Guide, and you said something interesting about, before we had, these forums that we have now, back in the old days, I guess you were talking about art told a story. Well, it also helped us tell our view of what was happening politically in America. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Let's take, for example, can you cut for a second? I'm sorry, because I've got to think of an example offhand.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think what would be
And you know what? I'm thinking down.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, there's been a lot of things. He might be a good person to comment on that.
Yeah.
But for example,
now that I think about it, Dallin was telling me.
wounded in more modern times, you see a lot of art that talks about what happened, not just at the first Wounded Knee, but at Wounded Knee too. And the story behind it. You'll see a lot of artwork, especially by some of the pioneers of newer contemporary Indian art, from the first IAIA